All right, so it's Sunday night and just got some items packed. I'll show you those. But now I picked up a bit of a deal from my buddy, one third of the former Abbey Street Boot Boys and founder of Wrestling Over Everything, Mr. Chuck McMullen. So I'm going to show you the figures I picked up from him. These are more of a future investment. I don't think any of these sell for very much at all right now. I think most of these are kind of going for what I paid for them, which I did get a deal for it, so it's not that big of a deal. But we're going to put these into the vault, and hopefully they turn into profit in 10 to 20 years from now. So it's part of my retirement fund, and let's show you what those were. All right, so here's the crate. We got Trent question mark All Elite Wrestling figure. We have Stu Grayson, part of the Dark Order. The All-American Mr. Hulk Hogan. Yep, words are hard. This is an ultimate. This may actually be worth something right now. Hogan stuff does really well, but I know Hogan stuff in the future is going to do even better. We have X-Pac, and this is a WWE Elite as well. Back over to the AEW figures, we got Thunder Rosa. And she does have her cards back there, so that's a plus. Have Wardlow, Mr. AC Adams, one of the Ego graduates. He graduated from the Ego Dojo, not Wardlow, but AC Adams, who was the first recipient of the Symphony of Power Bombs by Wardlow. So, you know, little fact. AEW superstar Jake Hager. We the People. That was a different lifetime, but you know, he's still We the People. Another Thunder Rosa. Have the cleaner, Kenny Omega. Yeah, looks like he got some Christmas paper or something still stuck to him. Another member of the Dark Order, John Silver. And another member of the Dark Order, Miss Anna Jay. Hanging out right there. All Elite Wrestling, Lance Archer. This guy has had a history in a lot of different promotions, a lot of different names, but check him out. Mr. Matt Hardy. Delete. Got MJF. This guy has kind of set the wrestling world on fire. He reinvented what a heel was and brought it back to where heels are hated. Eddie Kingston. Check him out right there. Brian Cage. Brian Cage is a star. Don't know why he hasn't done better, but guy's a star. Miro. And then the one and only China. So got those. Going to put them all, like I say, in the vault. Put them up for retirement. But a nice little collection from our friend over at Wrestling Over Everything. The former owner of Wrestling Over Everything. I think it has been sold. But he is definitely the founder. And pretty cool with that. Founding member of the Abbey Street Boot Boys. Pro Wrestling Ego Dojo graduates. So happy for that. So we'll give him a shout out and say thank you for the deal. And gonna vault these up. Okay, today is Tuesday. It's Tuesday night. It's actually almost midnight. Just getting home from the being Hank Hill. It's wintertime here in Mississippi, and my truck broke down yesterday, so I'm having to piggyback off another driver's truck. So long days for me the last couple of days, and probably the same thing for the next few days. But still got to come home, still got to do eBay, still got to put up, probably not put up any listings, but we got to pull our orders and get those ready to be shipped out in the morning. So yeah, that's what we're doing, and gotta eat some supper. Got a little plate of spaghetti. Yum num nums right there. So gonna eat that and pull some orders, and then take my bootay to the bed, because today has been long. Been going since about I don't know, a little bit before 7 this morning. No, take that back, a little bit before 6, probably like 5:59, 58, something like that. So let's call it 6 o'clock. And it's been a long day. Got to get these orders shipped. So that's kind of the part of eBay that you don't see a lot, is even when you've had basically a double at work, you got to come home and continue to work. So fun times. I just want to put that on the video, just kind of show you what we were doing, and I'll show you the orders when I get them pulled. All right, so give you a check out of what we sold. Sold this Black Lantern figure, these 2 DVDs, Rich in Love and Toys in the Attic, and then this red Zoid dinosaur kind of figure. I'll put pictures up of all of these, what they sold for, because I don't remember off the top of my head, and I didn't write it down because it's late. But yeah, gonna get these wrapped and then call it a night. So I was out working, and then just right through the bushes, a couple of deer just kind of rolled up on me. Gonna sneak over here to get a little better shot of these. They were in this power line, so they really wasn't even paying me any attention. And yeah, just something different. You never know what you're gonna get to see. There's a bit of garbage, but you know, things end up in the woods and the road. But yeah, gonna ease over just a little bit, zoom in. They were pretty close, so yeah, enjoy these. Just gonna get them for a minute or two. Couple of does out hanging out with me. They're probably 75 yards, maybe 100 yards from where I'm at. They were closer, but by the time I got the camera out, it just they moved on a little bit. Not even paying me any attention. I guess that one's tired of being out in the open, gonna get a little more cover. Still got this one just hanging out. You can hear a car coming down the road, and hadn't really affected it, so you know it's used to hearing those noises. Still pretty cool though. Yeah, maybe decided to change its mind and go back into the woods too. Alright, so just dropped one of my kids off to the Youth Challenge Academy, so he's going to put in 6 months of building toward his future. But on the way out, I found a thrift store, so we're going to go in, check it out, and see if we can't find those fortunes while he's finding his future. Alright, so I make my way inside, and you know, I'm kind of nervous, not necessarily nervous, but just didn't want to be disrespectful with my filming, so it's kind of low-key. I'm not doing much talking. It's pretty quiet, just like 1 or 2 people in there. So I'm just looking around, and I'm not really seeing a lot of things that I would want to buy myself to resell. But then I stumbled upon this little tool section, and I thought these may be good. It was a bunch of hacksaw blades, and like 50 cents. Maybe I could work a deal, get them, you know, for a quarter or something like that if I bought them all. But that didn't work out. It just wasn't much. Then I love vinyl, but you see these are all like dirt cheap stickers. So I've seen all these before, and I picked up a few, but most of them I didn't pick up. It was only a couple, so I wasn't really surprised by that. But then I see something out of the corner of my eye, and it catches. It's kind of over in the corner, and I kind of make my way here just for a second. But it's this Sesame Street. It's like a radio toy type thing. It was pretty cool, and I was definitely considering it. It piqued my interest, but once I looked it up, this was no value there. But then I found these vintage treasure trolls. They're asking $8 a piece, and they're in rough shape. You know, the box is there, but I don't think they were new. I think they were just kind of put back in. But I picked those up. And then we had the ice storm, and so there's some birds out eating some dog food I poured out for my dogs because it was cold. I just kind of poured it out on the porch. But I just thought that was neat to see the birds kind of coming in and getting a bite of food as well. So only going to show this for a minute, but it was a ton of birds. I guess they were just looking for food too. Alright, so as promised, going to go through the things I picked up at that thrift store. Also, I picked up a few things from a family member, gave me some stuff. So I'm going to show you that too as well. Got some really good stuff. Not necessarily a lot of money-making stuff, but cool stuff at least. This I really like. Rhythm and rods. We'll look at that a little closer. Got some Bionicles. Sold some of these recently, but I had like the complete Bionicle and the instructions. So yeah, don't know how well that's going to do, but it should do something. And then got some vintage action figures and some parts and pieces. See there, got some there, few there, and then this guy. And so let's go over these. Wait, what else do we got? I also got a camera and these two things. They came in with Bionicles, but I'm pretty sure they're not Bionicles. I think they are test lights for like the Pet Safe dog collar things. So don't know why they were in with the Bionicles. I guess they didn't know what they were either. But I got the Sony Dream Machine. This is the white one. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, I pick these up every time I see them and sell them and blah blah blah. I've never sold that alarm clock exactly, and I'm not sure exactly what it goes for, but I do hear it in videos a lot, so I figure if it sells for them, it's got to sell for me. Then the solid gold Rockstar. I just bought this because I really like it. I don't know if it's worth a whole lot, but I think I gave like $5 for it or something like that. So it's got the box, really cool, straight up like 80s, 90s kind of attire there. So pretty cool. Going to test that out, see if it works. Then again, got the Bionicles. I think there's two Bionicles. They may be complete, but I'm not 100% sure. I believe this white one is a Star Wars Stormtrooper, but I'm not 100%. Got to do just a little bit more info on that. Picked up these vintage Trolls. They're in the box. I don't think they're new, but I do believe that they're the correct box. These are the Treasure Trolls. I don't know if these are the ones that have the value. I think these are worth maybe 20 bucks a piece or something like that. I gave 5. They were asking 8. You can see there, and I got a deal. And basically, she gave me buy 2 get 1 free. So what is that? Like $6 a piece or something. And then here is the other one. Got some static electricity order, but yeah, you can see there that the tie, the kind of the metal wire that was holding them in, is not connected. So I'm assuming these have been played with, because why else would then they put them back, or you know, why else would they have been untied? You can see there they came from Kmart, $4.97, then marked down to $3. But these are pretty cool, and just had to grab those just because I know that things like this do have a collectible market, and I'm hoping to hit that collectible market. Looking for more things that will sell in a hurry. I don't know if any of this will. Also got this Kodak. I think this is like an easy share camera, probably like 20 bucks. And I paid $2 for that. So let's go through some of these figures that we got. I don't know, maybe that's Kevin Costner. I ain't sure. Not sure who that guy is, but maybe Kevin Costner. I do remember this. This is King Arthur, Knights of Justice. I remember this cartoon. I looked for it a while back, and I finally figured out what the cartoon was, because I remembered it, but I couldn't. I kept thinking it was like King Arthur, Knights of the Round Table or something, but it's the Knights of Justice. And yeah, football players went back in time. Pretty cool cartoon. I started watching a few episodes here recently, and then when I saw this figure, I was like, gotta pick that up. And then what made me grab him was this Biker Mice from Mars. Unfortunately, I didn't really look at him close. I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, gotta grab it. But I'm assuming he got in a fight with a cat or a dog or something. You can see he's really chewed up there. So it really hurt my feelings. But the Biker Mice from Mars and the King Arthur and the Knights of Justice were a couple of my favorite cartoons growing up. So had to pick those up. And yeah, I believe that's Kevin Costner. Maybe from Waterworld or something. We got, I'm pretty sure maybe this is a Mortal Kombat guy, but I'm not 100% sure. I tried to lay his ponytail down, but it keeps popping up, so I'm assuming that's like Alfalfa's dad from the Little Rascals. I do know who this is. That's Cyclops, but he does have the loose leg syndrome, so I know that hurts it a lot. And then, not 100% sure. I know this guy's X-Men. I honestly can't think of his name right now. Maybe it's like Thanos or something. But the cool thing about him, his legs grow. So, thought that was pretty neat. Saw that and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So, yeah, that's who he is. To give you an idea who he is, because I honestly, I was a big X-Men fan, but you know, this was time when cartoons came on like once a week or something, so I didn't learn everybody's name. I know this guy's from Star Trek, and he's got a little issue right there, and I don't think that's worth very much. But then we got some parts and a little small minifigure. I did do a little looking him up. I think he's from like Mighty Max or something. And then this guy, I believe, is G.I. Joe. And the only reason I'm guessing that because I think this is his legs, and that looks like G.I. Joe legs. And then we have a Wolverine arm right there, and then Inspector Gadget body parts. So no body on old Inspector Gadget. Go-Go Gadget body, but no body there. So not sure what those would go for. And this thrift store was cool because she also sold fireworks there. So got this really cool Black Cat shirt and a Brothers fireworks shirt. The back's got a little more on it. Brothers, what is that? Pyrotechnics. Yeah. So I picked those up for like $1 a piece. Overall, I think I spent $40 on all of this, and I paid up a little bit on it because normally I wouldn't have paid that, but it's the first time I've ever been to that thrift store. Probably never been there again, but maybe. And it's just neat stuff. So I grabbed it and hopefully can make a little bit of money.